All right, let's continue our face-off between the Sony Ericsson Xperia Arc and HTC Sensation. Take a little closer look at the user interface on both. They both run Android 2.3 Gingerbread. One of the big differences is, though, the Xperia Arc only offers 5 panels for you to customize with either their Sony Ericsson widgets or Android widgets, application shortcuts, bookmarks, folders, or contact information. Take a look at some of the different widgets: main clock, data traffic, tracker ID. This is their basically their media widgets. This covers music, gallery, as well as video. This is a gallery widget that you can scroll through the different pictures in the gallery, and a music widget, main clock, weather, which is Android, your Sony power bar widget, as well as Sony gallery. And then let's take a look at timescape. For some reason it's not updating. I'm not quite sure why, but get it to open up and show you how it works. And basically the different things you can add in here are email, messaging, Foursquare, Facebook. You can see it picked up my Facebook account, but for some reason it's not updating it. It's not updating the Twitter account either. I don't know why. Your address, your phone book, and messaging. And so all of that will show up on these little panels here on the screen, and you can leaf through them when it's working. And for some reason, I don't know why it's not working, but it's not working at the moment. So that's timescape. Take a look at the main menu, left to right, right to left. Choices as far as you can set up in your own order, alphabetical, most used, or recently installed. So that's your main menu. You can pinch the screen together, but instead of getting the different panels, it basically gives you the different widgets. So if I want to go to the gallery widget, it's right there. If I want to go to the music player widget, I tap on that. So a little different process, but same idea as far as pinching the screens together. And then from here you've got wallpaper and settings, different wallpapers, Sony Ericsson wallpapers. There's your choice. And then as far as live wallpapers, a little disappointed here. It's your typical Android live wallpapers. I was hoping Sony Ericsson would add something of their own. All right, on the HTC Sensation, you're going to get 7 different panels that you can customize, either with HTC or Android widgets, application shortcuts, bookmarks, folders, or contact information. This is their weather widget. And one thing you probably noticed is that this goes 360 degrees now. This is FriendStream, ties into Facebook, Twitter, and MySpace. This is their newsreader widget, music widget, a couple of power widgets, and then a stock widget down here. People widget, which you can put in whomever you'd like, and then the weather and clock combo, bookmark widget, and Gmail. And let me find an empty space here somewhere. Let's get rid of this for a second. And what we'll do is we'll open this up, and once you go to take a look and browse, you've got a total of 83 different widgets available from HTC to add to the to each of your panels. So you've got a lot to choose from, considerably more than what's available on the Arc. All right. Again, you can pinch the panels together, pinch the screen together, and you get an overview of all 7 of the different panels. As far as customization, you've got a customization icon in the lower right-hand corner of personalization. You've got different scenes, 5 different scenes, and basically the scenes are going to change where your widgets sit and the widgets that you're using. Skins will actually change the actual look of the UI, and again, you can go and if you sign up for HTC Hub, download more wallpapers and lock screens, your widgets, application shortcuts, sound set. So there's an awful lot of customization available. Take a look at the main menu. It moves in panels now. You'll notice in between, I've got a little gray line here between the panels, so it doesn't flow just from top to bottom anymore. And you can set it up as all apps, frequent or favorites, and then your downloaded apps. And then if we go back here to all, we can set this up in alphabetical list view as well. And you can do all of these in list, as you can see there. Go back to grid, and it also allows you to share apps from here and uninstall apps from here, which I think is pretty slick. All right, let's look at the notification systems on both. On the Sensation, you'll get the last 8 applications shortcut, recent apps up at the top, which is nice. Tapping on one will take you directly to it. Also get quick settings, which is new in HTC Sense 3.0, I believe. You got some connectivity manager shortcuts for Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, GPS settings. Gives you total memory available, which is nice. And then under notifications, you're going to get your notifications. On the Xperia Arc, you're simply just going to get notifications. Nothing fancy from there. As far as the home keys, holding down the home keys will open up recent apps managers for both. Again, tapping on any one of those will take you directly to it. We pinched the screens together, overview we took a look at, widgets we took a look at. Let's take a look at the lock screen on the Sensation, because it does offer some shortcuts that are pretty slick. Dragging one of those four, and you can change the different shortcuts there, will take you directly to the application. So you can drop your camera in there, and it'll open up your camera when you unlock your phone. Or you can simply just drag that up and unlock your phone. So that's pretty slick. I thought that was a pretty nice addition to HTC Sense 3.0. All right, there's a little closer look at the user interface differences between the Sony Ericsson Xperia Arc and HTC Sensation. Let's take some time out and take a look at the messaging applications on both our combatants, the Xperia Arc and HTC Sensation. Start with the Xperia Arc, add a new message. We'll add a recipient. Let's make it, where am I? Let's put me in there. I'm down here somewhere. There I am. Throw me in there, and there's my phone number. I got a phone call or text. Someone started texting me last night about 10 o'clock from Louisiana. So again, thank you for watching. You really don't need to text, but thank you for watching. Appreciate it. All right, here's our keypad. Let's see what we have as far as text input methods to start with. Chinese keypad, default input in Japanese. I think we'll stick with default input for now. Let's go down here and see what's available under settings. Writing languages, more than I need. Quick text settings, learn words, quick fixes, word suggestions. Sloppy typing with auto correction sounds perfect for me. Vibration on key press, we've got that checked. All right. Drop down the keyboard, lower left hand corner. Symbols, numbers, again, obviously not available long press, only through the key here, as you can see. Long press on that should open up our smiley faces. There are our smiley faces. One thing I noticed is missing, no speech to text. So that kind of is a drag. Call John on Tuesday. How'd I do? Hey, not too bad. Obviously the word prediction works quite well, so I don't think I was close on either one of those. Let's take a look at the keypad and landscape and continue on. Oop. Wow, works very well. Word prediction worked quite well. It's a nice keyboard to type with. No problems at all, but it's a big issue that there's no speech to text. That seems a bit strange, especially with Android 2.3 Gingerbread. So we've got, as far as attachments, we have add a picture, take a photo. So I'm guessing we have a link to the gallery, a link directly to the camera, and add a sound. So not much in the way of attachments for SMS. So there's a look at the Xperia Arc messaging. Let's add a new message here on our Sensation. And something that I missed the other day when I did the Galaxy S2, and I feel terrible about it, the Sensation with HTC Sense 3.0 does offer swipe, which I did not mention, and I feel terrible that I forgot that. So hopefully you're watching this video as well and you see that. Let's go into, take a look at the keyboard first. Again, we've got numbers and symbols available for long press. We can drop down the keyboard over here in the lower left-hand corner. As far as different input methods, we have the touch input, Vietnamese or Thai keyboard. I think we're going to stick with touch input the way we have it right now. We've got speech to text you have to hold down, which I'm not crazy about. Call John on Tuesday. Again, you don't get the capitalization. If you tap it to change languages, you've got your numbers and symbols over here. But you do have speech to text, which we didn't have on the other. And then the only thing I know how to type or swipe is call John on Tuesday. Call John on tirelessly. Well, CSL John on tirelessly. So obviously I didn't do a very good job, but you can see it does offer swipe. Let's take a look at the keypad and landscape. And for our meeting extra Wednesday. That was close. Again, it's hard to type when you're not actually doing it and sort of looking through a camera. But anyway, so there's a look at the keypad. So it does offer swipe as well as a full keypad in multiple languages. Let's see what we get in the way of attachments. Picture, video, audio. So obviously we have a link, direct link to the gallery as well as the camera. App recommendation, which is nice. Location, great. Contact, vCard, and appointment. vCalendar. Anything else? That's it. So quite a bit more in the way of attachments with the HTC Sense. Again, also with the ability to have swipe as well as your typical keypad all in one, which I think is pretty slick. All right, there's a look at messaging on our two combatants. It's time to wrap up today's face-off between the Sony Ericsson Xperia Arc and HTC Sensation. With our browser comparison, I have both of them running off the same Wi-Fi network. I've cleared the cache and history on both. They both have plugins enabled. They've both been updated to the latest Adobe Flash 10.3 player. And I think that's it. Don't forget to stop by smartphoneenvy.com. Check out the winner of today's face-off, along with the written review, photos, and videos taken by both of today's contestants. And we'll kick this off with Smartphone Envy, and we're off. And out of the box, doesn't look like anybody wants... Whoa! Xperia Arc is after it big time. Here comes the Sensation. I don't think it can come back and catch up. Let's see what happens when we get to have to load the flash. Dual-core processor might make the difference. And wow, what a comeback. What a comeback. Sensation from way back pulled out all its dual core processing power and got basically the flash loaded before the Xperia Arc. As you can see, the Arc isn't as smooth. There we go. As the Sensation, which is very smooth. Let's double tap and zoom in on both of these. Take a look at some of the text. There we go. Pinch to zoom. Pinch to zoom. This I'm going to have to hit the minus sign and it should rewrap it. Let's try that one more time. Pretty sure this will work. Pinch to zoom. Let me a little bigger. Double tap. I know this does it. Well, if it, there we go. I knew it did it. It's just having a little hard time handling it, but it does rewrap the text. You have to use the minus sign on the zoom key to get it to do it, but it does do it. But as you can see, between the two, the dual core processor on the HTC Sensation makes browsing quite a bit easier and smoother. All right, let's head over to Engadget and see how they handle that. Bookmarks on both. Where is it? There it is. And we're off. And again, both running Android 2.3 Gingerbread, so the browsers are quick on both, as you can see. Sensation just has that added punch. Boy, that was a dead heat. I might even give that to the Arc since there was a little flicker of the display from the Sensation afterwards. Pretty smooth as well. How about rendering? Rendering looks great on both. Double tap to zoom in. Pinch to zoom. You can see how fluid it is. Let's try that here. Double tap to zoom in. Pinch to zoom. Quite fluid as well. Let's try double tapping to zoom in. Let's do a little pinch to zoom and we'll tap on that. There we go. Now it handled it much better at Engadget than it did over at Smartphone Envy. Looks pretty good on both, but again, the Sensation is definitely smoother with scrolling. Let's over to CNN and let's spin a video. Flash video and see how these guys handle it since they've both been updated to Adobe Flash 10.3. And we'll hit open and we're off. So we've got one to the Sensation, one dead heat. And what are we going to end up here? This again looks very close. I'm going to give that to, well, Xperia Arc was the first to download it. Great job. Double tap to zoom in on both. And we'll see what's going on with Leona. Boy, that...
This is the network. possibilities. In here, TV follows you. Here, doctors see you before you get to the hospital. It's the AT&T network, and the planned combination with T-Mobile would deliver better service with thousands of new cell sites for greater access to all the things you want, whenever you want them.
Tonight's nominee for the ridiculous, kind of a blast from the past. Billionaire hotel magnate Leona Helmsley makes the list, and yes, I know she's dead, but today we were reminded just how ridiculous she was in life. Today we learned that Helmsley's beloved lapdog named Trouble died. Probably the richest dog in the world is dead. Now, if you don't remember Trouble, you need to get your priorities straight.
All right, there's a look at our browser comparison, and I have to say I'm impressed by the Xperia Arc. I expected the Sensation with the dual-core processor, again with more RAM, to really outdo the Arc, but as far as speed went, I think we had one win by the Sensation, one by the Arc, and then one draw, and the Arc actually loaded the video a little quicker and spooled it up a little quicker than the Sensation. However, I did notice the Sensation got through the jerkiness and started spooling it smoother before the Arc, both times as both videos started to spool up. So anyway, there's our face-off today between the Sony Ericsson Xperia Arc and HTC Sensation. I hope that's been helpful. This is Craig for Smartphone Envy. Take care.